Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn with Sam and Ash. Now this is something different which usually Sam records, but I'm here instead of him to tell you something about this amazing test which is accepted by most universities abroad. The name of the test is DET, or you can call it as Duolingo English Test. It's the most reliable and convenient English test accepted by more than 3,000 universities across the world. Isn't that amazing? When you have to choose a test, the first factor that is very important is the comfort level. Now, in order to give other exam, you have to travel. And in situations like COVID, it's very hard to travel to a specific point. You may not get the desired dates according to your exam. And what if you are late for the exam? And that's going to be terrible. But instead of that, Duolingo has some effective points. Now, Duolingo can be taken from your home itself, so you don't have to worry about traveling. It's very convenient, so you don't have to worry about pandemics like COVID or any other such situations because you can give the exam from your home itself. And as I mentioned, you don't have to worry about getting the dates because the short wait period for the exams is there. So let's say if you give an exam today, you can try giving your exam even on the next day. That's the kind of flexibility you get with DET. And last and the most important thing, you don't have to worry about when and where. You want to give it from your home, you can do that. If you are at your workplace, you can still give the Duolingo English test. Let's have a look at some part of the Duolingo English test. I'm going to show you how to start the test, what kind of questions can be expected, and I hope you see it till the end.
Right, initially they will ask for some setup, that is your mic and camera and everything. They will ask you to record yourself and see if you can listen to it. This is a fast forward take. You have to use your camera to take picture of yours, and that will be used as the main picture, and also your ID will be next. Main will be the passport. Always try to have a passport for this test. They say that Aadhaar card is required, but passport is must. After that, your name and your date of birth. Like I said, normal instructions and normal details. Now comes your country and your language and all. Don't worry about that. It's so simple and straightforward. Yet we haven't started the test. Once the setup is done, which will take not more than 5 minutes, we're going to begin the complete test. Let's see what happens now. There are multiple types of questions. First one is where we have to select which words are in English, like this one, this, they, boot, are. Next one, you have to fill in the blanks. So they're missing letters in there, and according to the instructions, according to the paragraph, you try to fill in. Once the filling is done, you have to click on next. If you don't fill it on time, you see there's a timer going on the top. It will go next by itself. So I could complete it in time, and once I did it on time, I just click next. You'll see that soon. Right. I hope I get this one quickly. When we click next, we get another question type where if you click on the word, you get the sound of the word. It means how it is played. Based on that, you have to select which one out of these is an English word. So they are testing your listening, your reading, your writing will be tested soon. You will see that. So these question types are, straightforward and combination of all listening, reading, writing, and speaking. I think this is quite interesting as well as interactive. Right? Once I select, I click next. Now I listen. I think I can play it for you. And then I type. The statement was, how is your audition? And then I click next. Next one, I think it will be image based, where you see an image and you have to just describe it. I thought I can write more than 2 sentences. So I was just typing. I forgot there's a timer on the top. You see, it was 23 seconds because this is fast forward. You might see the clock going quickly. And finally, in the end, you will see suddenly, it'll disappear. Remember, you can book the test within 5 minutes. Like I said, there was demo. The test is for 1 hour only and result within 2 days. Isn't that amazing? Just for $49. And in order to get the discount of 15%, just use this coupon code. And to get to the website, click on goduolingo.com.
Next important factor in order to decide which test you want to write depends on the time. Time required for other tests is generally 2 to 3 hours, and the result arrives in 10 to 15 days, which is a general standard. And the stress level in order to write that lengthy test is way too much. New test booking takes hell lot of time, I would say that. And the last one, let's say if you miss the deadline, you have to wait for a particular amount of time in order to book the test again. On the other hand, DET gives you the flexibility of writing the test within 1 hour. That means if you are sitting at home, you have that 1 hour with you, you can start writing your DET exam. Apart from that, as I mentioned, the other test results comes around 10 to 15 days. DET results are out within 2 days itself. That saves a lot of time. Next important thing is stress level is less because your test is just for an hour and it's very easy to finish a test within an hour. Apart from that, easy retest taking facilities. You don't have to wait for 10 days or 15 days before booking another test. You can easily take that test within a day or two. And there is no pressure of missing the deadline. This deadline can be about your exams or can be about your universities that you're trying to apply. So in this case, you won't miss your deadlines because you can retake this test as many times as you want. We get approached by a lot of students when they have to choose an exam, and the most important factor for them comes around money. When you want to write an exam to go abroad, you generally need $180 to $300 in order to choose an exam. Next, there is a pressure of finances. It totally depends on the student. If they want to go abroad and let's say they don't get the desired result in the first attempt, they have to give this exam again. They have to write an exam again. And in that case, they have to spend this $180 to $300 one more time, which creates a lot of financial burden for parents as well as students. Mentioned before, the pressure is high. And when the pressure is high, the results are poor. Students have to take this pressure of the cost, they have to take the pressure of the exam, and they have to perform better. In order to do that, these factors shouldn't be a burden. That's when Duolingo comes up with a solution. The exam cost is only $49, and you can even write 2 exams in $79, which is quite amazing. When it comes to financial burden, DET also solves that because $79 for 2 exams is nothing. And last, there is no pressure because the exam is only for an hour. That means great results. Last factor comes around result. Now we have already given the exam. We have invested certain amount of dollars. It's time for us to get the results. For other exams, the result is sometimes biased. That's why it's mentioned these exams are not consistent. And when you don't get the desired results, you have to always go for re-evaluation. Now, when it comes to Duolingo, the exam or the exam takers are not biased at all. So if you have done an amazing job in your exam, you will get an amazing result. Next important thing is it's always consistent. If your answers are correct, you get your desired bands, and the re-evaluation is not required because in the first attempt itself, you get your desired bands. Let's summarize. DET is accepted by top universities like Yale, Columbia, and Johns Hopkins. These are some of the big universities named. It's perfect and convenient use of technology where you don't have to worry about missing your deadlines. So I'm suggesting that if you are somebody who is planning to go abroad, try to give this exam DET as is accepted by most universities. I'm not saying that other exams are not effective. They are equally effective, but DET comes with easy and flexible solutions for most of your struggles. Link for the website from where you can book the exam and take the exam is right in your description box. It's also displayed right here. So make sure you go and check the website, make sure you check their amazing prizes, and make sure that you write this exam soon. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any questions regarding DET exam, please let us know. You have our email address and you can also leave it in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to help you with the solutions.